How's everybody doing? My name's Mike from Roots Canine Train. Today I got Mr. Yoda with us, and what we're doing is we're working on him seeing the crate in a positive manner. So this dog has bitten the child in the home after a few days being in the home, and he's also bitten the owner. The child was pretty serious. You know, he got bit in the face and he had to go to hospital and had 6 stitches. So what we're doing is we're working on this dog not using his mouth to tell people to get away. He's been in several homes. The owner had just got him, and it's very obvious that the dog does not understand how to live with humans, and when the dog gets stressed or uncomfortable, he uses his mouth to tell people to get away because no one trained the dog and showed the dog how to appropriately act in those situations. So he thinks it's appropriate to use his mouth. So I've worked with the owner on getting the dog in the crate with a leash. For whatever reason, the owner went back to trying to use a treat to get the dog in. So we don't use a treat to get the dog in the crate because if you throw a treat in, the dog gets it, and you close the door, you're basically trapping the dog, and the dog's not going to trust you. So if the dog has enough of that one day, the dog could use his mouth as an option to not go in the crate. You know, he could bite so he doesn't have to go in the crate. So what we want to do is get the dog to see this as a good tool. And we're going to use it kind of like an agility tool. So he already likes it somewhat, but I'm pretty sure the owner didn't do this in between the couple weeks between the board and train and when he first had him. Good boy. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to let him run through the crate a couple times, and we're just going to basically cheer him on once he goes in. We're just going to encourage him so that he sees this as a positive tool. And again, this is like an agility thing for him. So it's going to look something like this. I'm just going to have him on one side and try and call him through the other end. Come on, boy. Come on. Okay, through. Attaboy. Good boy. Good job. Good boy. Come on, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here. Good boy. Hey. Hey. So he's getting a little excited. Hey. 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 So it's important. He's such a big dog. He can create, this concern when he gets real riled up. Because when dogs get excited, they only do a few things. They're basically either going to bark, lunge, or bite when they get real excited. Nothing good's going to come from it. So I want to cheer him on when he goes in here, but he's telling me with all that excitement that I don't need to do as much for him. So we're going to use a little more silence. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So we're going to go ahead and let him do it again. Got a boy. Good boy. Good. So I gave him a little more that time because he stayed in the crate for like 2 extra seconds instead of walking right through it. So this is something we're going to be repeating with him over and over again. See, what we want him to do is just go through on his own without me calling him. And that means, he likes to do it. But if he's not going to go through, I'll encourage him. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. Good boy. So he's doing really good. That's all. We just want him to see this. People have to take the time to get the dog to enjoy the crate rather than just, shoving him into the crate. So we took our time getting him in the crate and leaving the door open for a good amount of time and getting him to lay down before we actually shut the door. But he's still not seeing it in a super positive way. He wants to get out of it. So the best way to make him see it as a good thing is to use it as an obstacle and not make him stay in it when he goes through it. So then he only associates it with something positive, like my affection. So you got to pay attention to the signs of the dog. If he's in the crate and he feels uncomfortable, you cannot just ignore that. You have to actually get them to enjoy the crate. So let's go ahead and get him to do it again. Come here, buddy. Come on, boy. Come here, boy. Attaboy. Good job. Good boy. So I'm going to give him calm affection. I'm not going to get him too excited because when he gets excited, only bad stuff can happen. Good boy. So I also hold my affection from this dog until he does what I want him to do. One of the big mistakes the owner made is when they brought this dog into their house, they treated it like it was a king, let him do whatever he wanted, gave him unearned affection. This dog only gets this from me when he does what I want him to do. Come here, buddy. Okay. Good boy. That's my boy. Good boy. So you see that, how he came up to me and kind of started moving his head like that? You got to be careful because they can get excited and actually nip you from that, especially if you know the dog has a habit of doing that. So how we break that habit is I don't put my hands on the dog's face when he's excited, and I discourage him from being excited. Come here, buddy. Come on, boy. Atta boy. Good job. Hey, hey. Good boy. Good boy.